You don't know the things I kill. It's not my way, it's just my will.
Everything I done can't come around to haunt me. Everything about me starts to run. Most of the world is dying all around me. Everything I own, I know I bought.
You can't see the black inside. Saves the flesh, but it scars the pride.
Anytime I run, I come right back again. Thinking all the time spent so confused. Looking back at things that remain irreversible. Giving all the tools that I have used. Cover your eyes, save all your lies. You try to scratch. Movies, horror movies, movies, horror movies, movies, horror movies, horror adjacent movies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to From the Slab. My name is Monkey Boy, aka Brian. This
Hi,
is
I'm Chris.
Chris Earl, as it would be.
Hey, I have a last name.
Hey, you do have a last name. I don't. Hello, Delilah plays the dead girl. Good to see you. You must be the other one. Woo. Yeah, we're getting a record number of people watching From the Slab. But we are getting enough in the replays, so I guess that's good. I don't know. It's good to see everybody. And if you are watching on a replay, thank you so much for checking us out. It's really good to see you. I'm not seeing you, but if you want to check us out on Tuesday nights, we're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we go over a new movie every week. If you're here, you can help play along and maybe even pick next week's movie if you're lucky. How you doing, Chris?
I am fantastic. How are you, Brian?
I am Spadoinkle, bud. I'm doing good.
Nice.
Yeah, doing Spadoinkle.
Spadoinkle's good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. I hope you guys are doing okay. We've got whoever's here. Delilah, how are you? You look good. Had a fun time at your party.
We all had a good time at the party.
And I remember everything from your party. So that's a new one for me. That's very good. How was your week other than that, Chris?
It was good.
Very good.
It was a party heavy weekend.
Meaning that you partied heavy, or that there was a lot of Mike Party in it?
No, there was a lot of partying involved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is good. All right. Hey, if you're in the chat, feel free to say hello and feel free to join in on everything. Tonight's movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was a movie. And that's good. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, man?
Slapping the bash.
Good. Just slapping the bass. Look at that, Brandon. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Yeah. So
I'm gonna do. You want to get into it?
Yeah, I want to do a little less further. So yeah, I think that'd be great. Let's do this. So tonight's movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Here we go. The year is 1462. I don't have pictures like you do, Chris. So I mean, the year is 1462. Transylvanian nobleman Vlad Dracula, played by Gary Oldman, returns from war after defeating the Turks, only to find that his beloved wife, Elisabetta, played by Winona Ryder, has committed suicide after his enemies falsely report Dracula's death to her. A Transylvanian priest, Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, tells his lord that Elisabetta's soul is damned to hell forever for committing suicide. In response, Dracula renounces God and destroys the chapel. Dracula declares that he will rise from the grave to avenge his lost wife with all of the powers of darkness.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I would too. I mean, I guess Dracula proceeds to stab the chapel's stone cross with his sword and drinks the blood that pours out of the desecrated cross. And I did not know this, but I had to Google it. Every stone cross, if you stab it with a sword, it bleeds.
Apparently, you can get blood from a stone.
You can get blood from a stone. Hi, Jonesy. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So now it's 500 years later, right? Young solicitor Jonathan Harker, played by Keanu Reeves, travels to Transylvania to meet his new client, Count Dracula, who's once again Gary Oldman, still the same guy. Harker takes over the representation of the Count from his colleague R.M. Renfield, who's played by Tom Waits, who was the shining star of this movie, who has gone insane and is now imprisoned in Dr. Jack Seward in his mental insane asylum. So Harker meets with Dracula to arrange specific real estate acquisitions in London on behalf of the Count. All right. While interacting with Dracula, the aged Count sees a picture of Jonathan Harker's fiancée, Mina Murray, which is a great name. I mean, Mina Murray, she's actually related to Bill, which is cool. Also played by Winona Ryder, and concludes that she is a reincarnation of Elisabetta, as you would think, because also played by Winona Ryder. Dracula imprisons Harker within his castle and allows his vampire brides to feed upon him to keep him weak. Okay? Dracula sails to England in boxes filled with Transylvania soil and takes up residence in his recently purchased Carfax Abbey estate. Okay? While in London, Dracula takes different appearances, including that of a much younger man and a wolf-like creature. When he's in wolf form, Dracula bites Lucy Westerna, who's played by Sadie Frost, who was never heard from again, a friend of Nina's who is living, a friend that Nina's living with while Harker's away in Transylvania. Okay? Lucy falls ill from the bite, and a couple of her gentleman suitors, outdoorsman Quincy Morris, fiance Arthur Homewood, played by Carrie Elways, and Dr. Seward, seek out the assistance of Dr. Seward's former mentor, Dr. Abraham Van Helsing, played by Anthony Hopkins. Multiple roles played by multiple people in this movie, to help treat Lucy. Now, Van Helsing immediately recognizes that Lucy is the victim of a vampire and warns the men about the dark forces they will need to take on. Okay, and Van Helsing seems to be the smartest guy in the whole place, but he's kind of a weirdo too. Anyway, as at the same time, okay, Mina, Dracula attempts to woo her. Okay, he attempts to woo Mina. Appearing as a much younger man, Dracula begins to have some sway over Mina, who still longs for the missing Harker, but not really, because everybody in this movie really has portable morals. They kind of they're going for it. Meanwhile, Harker escapes Dracula's castle and begins to make his way back towards London, while still recovering from his ordeal in Transylvania. Upon receiving word from Harker, Mina leaves London and meets Harker in Romania, where the couple immediately marry before they can fuck anybody else, basically. But back in London, a heartbroken Dracula completes the transformation of Lucy into a full vampire. Van Helsing leads the gaggle of Lucy suitors now stop the undead Lucy from feeding upon a young girl. Ultimately, they are forced to kill Lucy. Shortly, not just kill her, they like cut her head off. It was great. I mean, that was yay, because Lucy, kind of a harlot. Let's face it. Okay. Anyway, shortly thereafter, Harker and Mina return to London. Okay, Harker leads Van Helsing and the others to Carfax Abbey in an attempt to find and kill Dracula, whom they now know is the vampire they've been seeking. They destroy the Count's boxes of soil so that Dracula will not have a place to return to. Meanwhile, Dracula enters the insane asylum and kills Renfield after he believes that the deranged man somehow warned Mina that in Dr. Seward's quarters in the insane asylum. So Dracula confesses to transforming Lucy into a vampire. However, Mina is confused and angry as she begins to remember portions of Elizabetha's previous life. Mina requests that Dracula transform her into a vampire, which he does. However, Van Helsing and the others enter the chamber during the transformation. Dracula claims Mina as his bride, but he is forced to flee from the men, leaving Mina behind. The transforming Mina is placed under hypnosis by Van Helsing, who learns via her connection with Dracula that he's sailing home to Transylvania in his last remaining box of soil. The men and Mina's all journey. The men and Mina all journey to Varna to intercept Dracula on his voyage home. However, the Count evades the hunting party via his connection to Mina. Now, that's probably a thing. Maybe don't take the GPS with you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so the men decide to split up, with Van Helsing and Mina traveling to Dracula's castle, while the rest of the men, including Harker, try to stop the band of gypsies who are transporting Dracula across the land. At night, Van Helsing and Mina are approached by Dracula's brides. Overcome with her transformation, Mina attempts to seduce the elder Van Helsing. However, Van Helsing and Mina, they're not going to work out. He's too old for it. So they part ways, but they say, let's just be friends. No, they didn't. None of that happened. I'm sorry. However, Van Helsing avoids being a victim by placing a communion wafer on Mina's forehead, leaving like a big ass dot right there. Okay. And she kind of comes back to her senses for a second. Van Helsing protects the two of them from Dracula's brides and ultimately decapitates them the next morning while they sleep. Not long after, Dracula's caravan of protective gypsies arrive at the castle with their master in his coffin. They are pursued by Harker and his companions, And the parties engage in a battle outside of the castle just before sunset. Morris is stabbed in the back. Once the sun sets, Dracula bursts from his coffin. Harker slits Dracula's throat with a knife while the dying Morris stabs the Count in the heart. As Dracula begins to fall, Mina rushes to his defense. At this point in time, I think Harker should have dumped her. But what do I know? Anyway, so Van Helsing and Harker allow her to take the dying Count back to the castle for one last shag. Once inside the ancient desecrated chapel, Dracula retakes his ancient demonic form as he lays dying. He and Mina share a kiss as the candles in the chapel light up and the cross repairs itself. Dracula suddenly reverts to his younger self and begs for Mina to give him peace. Mina takes a knife and stabs Dracula in the heart. As the vampire dies, the mark on Mina's forehead from the communion wafer disappears, implying that she has been returned to human form. Mina then decapitates the deceased Dracula and stares up at the fresco of Dracula and Elisabetta ascending to heaven together. And that is the end of that movie. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good, Brian.
Yeah, I didn't have pictures.
Yeah, it was nice and tight.
It was tight.
Yeah.
It was quicker than I thought it was going to be.
It's a long movie.
It's a long-ass movie.
It's a long movie.
But like literally, I had stuff written down. I didn't really need to even to read it. Like I know this story very, very well. What did you think of the movie, Chris? And hold on, if you're in the chat, if anybody's in the chat, let us know what you thought about this movie, because really we want to know. I mean, I have my own opinion. I'll let you know in a minute. Go ahead.
I absolutely adore this fucking movie. Despite Keanu Reeves'
he's not really good with an English accent.
performance, but I adore this movie. The special effects are incredible, and between Gary Oldman and
Audrey,
Anthony Hopkins and Winona Ryder, it's just great.
Okay. Anybody else? Did anybody else see Bram Stoker's Dracula? What did you think of it? Anybody else in here want to speak up about it? You can before I have my say. No.
Delilah liked it.
Delilah liked it. Well, I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did. I got to tell you, I detest this movie.
Audrey liked it.
Did she? Why am I not seeing any of this?
I don't know.
I see she's in the house.
Oh.
I don't know.
You need to refresh, man.
I can't. Well, I can't refresh.
Oh.
If I reload this page, I think we lose everything.
Jonesy said Rainus said it made him thirsty.
Yeah. It did. Well, honestly, this movie. First off, great cast. Everybody in this movie is a great casting choice, even though Keanu Reeves cannot use an English accent ever. He's just really, really fucking horrible. Okay, but
most of the Americans in this movie are bad at the English accent.
Most of the Americans in this movie are really bad at the accent. To me, though, it seemed like if Oliver Stone just got off of doing Natural Born Killers and was forced at gunpoint to make a Dracula movie, this would be that movie. And it didn't fit with Dracula. I thought the special effects were all neato, spedito and shit, but I did not find that they fit with a Dracula movie. I hated the shadow thing. It didn't look good.
Well, no, I mean it doesn't. That part doesn't hold up.
It would have been better if they had done it like once and kind of left it at that. But like the whole fucking movie, it's just like shadow things, and it's like, oh, it was awful, right? It was bad. And then the stuff like that was going on outside the windows, and it was just reminded me so much of what worked in Natural Born Killers that did not work in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I never thought to put those two movies side by side.
But they put themselves together.
I do see the connection, but I never thought to compare those two movies together.
I thought it was fucking goofy, and it didn't, and it was boring. It was slow. It was a slow ass movie. Everybody, and like I said, the infidelity just was laughable. Like Keanu Reeves did not one iota. He's like, I love you so much. I don't know why he's doing an Italian accent. I love you so much. Mina. Oh, I'll never leave you. And then the brides come in and he's like, suck on this, baby. You know what I mean? It was like, he didn't even try, and it was like, oh my God.
Things were different. Things were different at the end of the 19th century.
Is that what it was? That's what it is. You think it was that things were different? I think it was just that Francis Ford Coppola wanted to get some boobies in this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what happened. I mean, I don't know. I read the book, and yeah, a lot of that stuff happened, but it seemed like it was a little bit more reluctant in general. And then Mina, come on, Mina. You could do better than that, baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love Jonathan Harker. Oh, who are you on the street that I'm just going to meet right now? Let's go to dinner. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you whore. Stop it. So it made me think less of Winona Ryder. Thank God she did Stranger Things. Because then I felt better about her in that. So, yeah, I didn't really like the movie. I'm going to give it, but that's what I give it.
I give it 3 horns.
3 horns.
3
Very
horns.
good. Very good. I think it's it's time for this guy to say something for sure. So my question is, why haven't you clicked that share button yet? Go ahead and do it. We want to see more people in here. We want to talk to your friends. We want to talk to you. I want you guys fighting with each other over things. This is going to be fun. Click the share button.
Yes, share this shit because Facebook's throttling.
Yeah,
wants us to pay for shit.
They do, and you know what? We want to bring you quality entertainment, like our horrible thought of the week.
Just a happy guy.
I love that guy. I want to meet him and hug him at least once. This week's horrible thought of the week is brought to you by Pampers, because you're a baby. Where else are you going to shit? All right, here we go. Here's the horrible thought of the week. And if you are in the chat, I would like to know what you think. I want to know your answer. If you have the opportunity to live forever and have power beyond that of mortals, but you have to look like this possum's butthole forever. If you look at the picture, okay, would you? Or would you rather just die like a normal person? What do you think? Hey, Sean, what's up, man? Good to see you. Really, like that's it. It's a simple question. Would you be a vampire if you had to look like that, or would you just say fuck it? I'd rather die, because I'd rather just die. I mean, personally, there's no need for that. He does not look good. And,
no, but there's got to be something said for the whole renouncing God thing.
Yeah. Die like a normal person, Delilah plays the dead girl says. Yeah. I agree. Audrey also would die like a normal person. Listen, I'm with you guys 100%. I think he looks like. All right. Hold on one second. Yes, you get all the superpowers that you would get as a vampire, Sean. You get to turn into a wolf and rats
and fog.
And you get to drink blood and you get to be strong and you get to be like green vapor or something. I don't know. It's cool. I mean, if you want to be that. So yeah, you get the opportunity to have some superpowers.
And your shadow is sentient.
But you have to look like a severed penis that's been soaking in pickle juice for like 100 years.
But not all the time.
But not all the time. No, you could sleep in a box of dirt and then look okay for a couple of days. Long enough to get you laid once every couple centuries.
I'm still going with vampire.
Yeah. Sean, yes. Then yes, I will do it. I have a list. I don't care what I look like. All right, that's cool. All right, if that's on your bucket list, bro, yeah. I think that's fine. I think that's great.
Me and Sean will be vampires, and the rest of you will be in the ground.
That's fine. I'd rather be dead than look like that. That guy looks like he spent 10 years farting one long fart, but it was sucking in instead of going out. It was horrible. Horrifying, might I add. That did make it a horror movie right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I get it. I mean, like if I could be one of those, sexy True Blood vampires, I'd be okay. But I wouldn't even want to be one of those sparkling Twilight vampires. You know what I mean? I don't, yeah, well, Sean, we all have a list of people to fuck with. I got time. I can still.
So while we're here and we're talking about the whole Dracula thing, let's get some opinions on comparing it to some other Dracula movies.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
how do you think this stood up to Dracula Dead and Loving It?
I was just talking about that before we started too. Leslie Nielsen, Steven Weber, Mel Brooks. I'd have to go with Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, I got to tell you. I mean, obviously, you know how I felt about this movie. I was not enamored with this one, but
what about the Hammer era of Dracula movies?
Ooh, now that.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. Super violent, super bloody.
Yeah, and kind of scary at the time. You know what I mean?
They had one called The Satanic Rites of Dracula.
Yeah, they were not fucking around. Dracula was a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Dead and Loving It too. I just watched it. I had to watch it after this one because, or did we? I don't know. I'm sure I watched it before or after, but I had to wash the taste out of my mouth because this was not doing it for me at all.
And then the OG, the 1931.
The Nosferatu?
No. The Dracula with Bela Lugosi.
Oh, with Bela.
Yeah.
Now, I am always going to be partial to Bela Lugosi's portrayal of Dracula. But obviously...
Because that's the one that enters the public awareness of the character.
And of vampires in general, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there was, Nosferatu that came out in
27.
Yeah,
I think
20 something.
I think it was 27.
I could Google it, but I'm not going to. That's how much I love that movie. It doesn't matter when it came out. It is such a good
fun
movie.
Fact. I once bought a DVD of Nosferatu.
Did you?
Because it was a silent movie, and back in those days, all the music was live. They had an organ player or a small string quartet. This particular DVD of Nosferatu had the entire soundtrack typo negative tunes.
Really?
Yes.
That had to be awesome.
It definitely set the tone on watching a black and white silent Dracula movie.
That had to be awesome and different. I would like to see that. But I can make it myself. I can just watch it and put it on typo negative, I guess. But I mean, somebody went through the trouble of doing that, though, and
it was a commercially available. It was in one of those 50 public domain, black and white horror movies.
Oh yeah, no, that's very, very cool. I love that. Now, what about Dracula Untold?
Probably the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, you thought so?
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was okay.
I don't think Dracula needs to be an action movie.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. Yeah. But, it was the untold story. I was getting a little tired of the same story being told over and over again.
Yeah. Then let's not tell it anymore.
Let's not. Yeah. Okay, but then let's see Twilight. What did you think of Twilight?
Didn't see
Not Dracula per se, but, vampires.
Didn't see it.
Never saw it?
I am looking forward to the Renfield movie, though.
That looks like it'd be all right. With
Nicholas Hoult, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it looks like I'll watch Renfield. I thought Tom Waits was awesome in this movie.
I totally agree.
Then again, I've never seen a movie that Tom Waits was not awesome in. He takes over the screen somehow, some way, by being the weirdest guy always.
Well, he is the weirdest guy always.
He is, and that's true. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think my favorite of the Dracula movies was got to be Bela Lugosi back in the day. I mean, that was the first one I think I've ever saw.
Easily.
And then you're going to have to go into the Christopher Lee era, which I liked. And then there was then they tried some other weird off-brand actors in the role in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Never worked. What was there one I saw that had George Hamilton in it?
No shit.
Yeah, and that dude just was way too tan to be Dracula.
But then you had Abbott and Costello movies with Dracula and Wolfman, the Mummy.
I'll take those any day. Scooby-Doo meets Dracula.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Batman versus Dracula.
Batman versus Dracula.
Yeah.
I have not seen a Dracula porn. I've seen vampire porn, but never seen a Dracula porn. Could work. Just follow the plot to this fucking movie we just watched, and you could easily make that a porn. All you'd have to do is cut out 3 minutes of the other movie, of actual exposition, and you're good.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's public domain now, so go for it.
Might be. I'm gonna make Dracula porn. That's what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life, boys and girls.
You ready to play a game?
I am. Do we have anybody in the chat left, or did we talk you all out of it? Which I think we might have. Listen, if you're in the chat right now, we need some votes. All right, we've got
Delilah.
Let's see if we can get Delilah's here. So she voted for Chris. So you either vote for Chris or vote for me. And we're going to be playing a game tonight called which one? Hold on one second. I know which one it is. Whose tagline is it anyway? Of doom
or some shit.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Let's see who else. What else have we got? Listen, there's only 3 fucking people left in the chat. The other 2, please don't say silent. Say something. There's 4 of you now. Hey, welcome. 4. I'm just going to call you 4 because you haven't spoken. It's Jonesy. All right, they're going to go with Brian on this one. All right, Jonesy, my band is backing me up.
All right, so it looks like
it's going to be
whoever wins, either Jonesy or Delilah is going to pick a movie.
It looks like that because nobody else is talking.
All right, you got an intro for this, or are we just going to go for it?
I got an intro for this. Don't you worry. Are you ready?
Yes.
I don't know why I love that so fucking much, but I do.
Because it's perfect.
Because it's perfect. All right. Hi. Welcome to Whose Tagline Is It Anyway? Of Doom or some shit like that. My name is Monkey Boy, and this is Chris. And Chris is going to be asking me some questions. Oh, Audrey chimed in.
I got it.
Monkey Boy. You got that? All right, cool.
Right at the line.
Thank you, Audrey, for voting. At least we got 3. 3 seems a little fairer. It's not 50-50 anymore. It's 33% now? 33?
33 and a third.
Yeah. All right.
RPM.
But anyway, so Chris, why don't you explain this game to me?
So whenever a movie comes out, there's always a tagline to the movie, something they use to sell the movie, something like, "In space, no one can hear you scream," from Alien. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Monkey Boy the tagline from a movie. He has to guess which movie it's from. Simple as that. It looks like I've got, let's go 15. Best of 15.
Best of 15. All right. And these are going to be tough, I'm sure. They're never easy. They're never easy. They're going to be movies I probably never heard.
It's probably about half and half.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's eating you?
What's eating you? What's eating you?
2001. I'll give you the year, too.
2001.
2001. Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, all right. I can see that.
If this one doesn't scare you, you're already dead. 1979.
79.
If this one doesn't scare you, you're already dead.
Wish I hadn't known the year because I thought I knew what that was, but now I don't because it was 79. I thought it was earlier than that. Let's say that one. Can I phone a friend?
What? Can you phone a friend?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Yeah, you can phone a friend. Phone a friend.
All right.
That friend better not be Google.
No, I would never do that. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. I am going to call.
Well, while we're waiting on that one. Oh. Hello.
Hi, Chris. Do you know the answer to this question that Chris is asking me right now?
I do know the answer to this question.
What do you think it is?
I can't tell you.
You can tell me.
No, I can't.
Damn it. All right, man. Well, I just wasted my phone a friend on
Sorry.
you.
No.
All right. Fair enough. How was the quality of the call? Good.
No help on that one, was he?
No. If this one doesn't scare you, you're already dead. Night of the Living Dead.
Phantasm.
Okay.
Phantasm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I know this one.
1986.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. That one was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
The Fly.
Fly. I think I had that question already. I'm not really doing very well on this.
No.
I want to tell you this. I don't like this game. And I need better friends to phone.
May the Silence Be Broken. 1991.
May the silence be broken. Scream.
Silence of the Lambs.
Really? That's a shitty tagline for that one.
Also predates Scream by 8 years.
I know. I realize this.
Tear Your Soul Apart.
Hellraiser.
Huh?
Hellraiser.
Yes. How about Your Luck Just Ran Out. 1993.
Leprechaun.
Yes. Don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Don't try to escape. 1996.
When a Stranger Calls.
Scream.
Motherfucker.
Man is the Warmest Place to Hide. 1982. Man is the warmest place to hide.
The Thing.
Yes. Before You Die, You See. 2002.
Wait.
Before You Die, You See, and then it's the title of the movie.
Okay. All right.
2002.
I didn't know if Before You Die you saw 2002.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Before You Die, You Will See. And what came out in 2002? Morton Downey Jr.
The Ring.
The Ring.
Before You Die, You See the Ring.
Done. That was a tag like 7 times. What about a great tagline? Sorry.
How much blood would you shed to stay alive? 2004.
Saw?
Yes. It rests on 13 acres of earth over the center of hell. 1972.
13 acres of earth. The Haunting?
Last House on the Left.
Oh. Bad tagline for that. Boom.
Something beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house. A man has been called for as a last resort to try and save her. That man is the 1973.
You're going to have to repeat that.
Something beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house. A man has been called as a last resort to try and save her. That man is the
Exorcist.
Very good. It's a long tagline for a movie.
A long-ass tagline.
Fridays Will Never Be the Same Again. 1980.
Friday the 13th?
Yes.
That was just a guess. I didn't,
Cruel, devious, pure as venom, all hell has broken loose. 1988. Cruel, devious, pure as venom, all hell has broken loose.
88. Saturday Night Fever.
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead. Oh,
And that's game point.
yeah, it had to be because I couldn't just keep losing like that.
Oh, you did pretty good. That was 6 to 8.
All right, I did all right.
No, yeah, that was 6 to 8. It's
All
pretty
right.
good.
Were there any more?
Yeah, you want to hear some?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Who will survive and what will be left of them? 1974.
That is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, bro.
Yeah. Check in, relax, take a shower. 1998.
Psycho?
Check in, relax, take a shower.
Psycho, the
1998.
remake?
Yeah. Wow. A masterpiece of modern horror.
Masterpiece.
1980.
Masterpiece of modern horror.
1980. That's tagline.
Christine?
Yeah, The Shining.
I knew it was a Stephen King based thing.
Last one. The most ferociously original horror film of the year, 1981.
Ferociously
Original horror movie of the year.
In 81?
Yeah.
The Howling.
Evil Dead.
Tagline
written by Stephen King himself.
All right.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, I suck. But whoever picked Chris on this one does not. So let's go to the Wheel of Names, shall we? Who was on this?
Delilah.
Delilah. Okay. Who else?
Delilah.
That's it?
That's it.
Delilah, we're going to spin and see if you've won again. Jesus. Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Does anybody want to pick him now? All right.
Is there anyone left to pick me?
No, I don't know. There's like 4 people left in this damn thing. All right. Well, anyway, so here we go. We've got the Wheel of Names up. We've got Delilah on there. And you know what? I'm going to put... We're going to do...
Begrime.
It's 3 people on this damn thing now. All right?
I mean, it doesn't seem quite fair to Delilah, but that's fine.
Doesn't seem fair at all, but it doesn't seem fair. She's picked every movie for the past month and a half.
She didn't pick Bram Stoker's Dracula.
She didn't?
Mm-mm.
Who did?
It was either Audrey picked that one, or did Paula pick that one?
It was it Paula?
It was Paula.
I think it was Delilah.
It was not.
Yeah.
It was Paula.
It was not.
I hear her in the background. I hear her. So anyway.
Did you pick Dracula?
No.
Yeah, see?
All right.
All right.
Here we go. And by the way, you ready? Here we go. Spinning, spinning, spinning. And the winner is Delilah plays the dead girl. All right. I was going to give you my pick anyway if I had won. I just wanted to make this
as was I.
Interesting. Because there was really just to spin it with one name. I'm not even sure the wheel would have fucking spin. All right. Well, Delilah Plays the Dead Girl has got our movie for next week on deck. She's already ready to go with this. I know she is. Because she is just the horror movie master. Way better than me, apparently.
Ooh. Ooh.
The Frighteners.
Oh.
If you were here right now, I would kiss your fucking face. But since you're not.
Oh, and next week's my turn. Oh, that's going to be fun.
The Frighteners, it is a great movie starring Michael J. Fox.
His last movie that he was in live action.
Yes, he did some TV after it. He did some Scrubs after that.
And Rescue Me, and he did a sitcom.
He did appearances and whatever else, but he never did.
But this is his last film.
Last film, and it was brilliant, and it had Joe Beth Williams in it. Was that who it was, or was it?
I think so.
One of the
D. Wallace.
D. Wallace from Cujo.
Yes.
Yes.
And Jake Busey. Jake
Busey, the son of Gary.
Yeah. John Astin.
And it also had the Reanimator dude.
Yes. Jeffrey Combs. And John Astin.
John Astin.
Mm-hmm.
Father of Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Husband. No. Of Patty Duke.
Oh.
For a while,
Very
she
cool.
was Patty Duke Astin.
I'm excited to watch that one again.
I am too. That's what I'm saying. Well, what do you got going on this week there, Chris?
Oh, what do I have going on this week? Thursday afternoon, Songaholics will be at the Sandbar in Englewood from 1 to 5.
1 to 5?
Yeah, on a Thursday. And then Saturday night from 7 to 10, we will be at Bubbacues in Bradenton.
I wish I could eat some barbecues. I really want to go see you at Bubbacues one of these times. I can't, so I won't.
It's good stuff.
But I'm sure it is. Dude, can you drink there?
Oh, they have a full bar.
Oh, well, I might go to Bubbacues.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
What do you have going on this week? You're leaving tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm leaving tomorrow. We have a little bit of a tour. Paula Trigg, hi there. Yes, and Sean, yes, John Astin was Gomez in The Addams Family.
And he was also the Riddler for one episode of Batman.
He was the TV series. Yeah. Hi, Paula. So we have a little tour that we're doing with the band Hemlock. And
that's a poisonous plant, is it not?
What's that? Yes.
It's a poisonous plant, is it not?
It's a tree, but yeah, you wouldn't want to eat it. Nothing else, you're going to get a stomachache. It's a big tree. So yeah, we're going on tour, a little leg of their tour. We're doing the Florida bit with them. We start off tomorrow night. We will be in Jacksonville at the 1904 Music Hall. And I wish I could remember everybody we're playing with, because everybody we play with, these are all great shows. But we will be in Jacksonville tomorrow night at the 1904 Music Hall. Then on Thursday night, we will be at Howl Tattoo in Fort Myers, Florida. We will be there. It'll be us along with, this is their Hemlock's Dirty 30 tour. This is 30 years of them. If you don't know who they are, check them out. They've opened up for Slayer, Slipknot. They've been on tour with all of the greats over the years, and they're somebody you should get to know, because they're very entertaining and they're very good. Wednesday, Jacksonville. Thursday, Howl Tattoo in Fort Myers. Friday, we will be in Sanford, Florida, at the West End Trading Company, which I love that I love that venue. It's a lot of fun. Last time I think we played there, we were with Green Jello, Green Jelly, and I think it was Indy's birthday, and I gave him a lap dance. Or it was my birthday and he gave me a lap dance. That's what it was. Oh. Anyway, so then we're in Sanford on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, we will be at Ferg's in St. Pete.
Oh, very nice.
Very cool. Very cool venue. We've played there once before. We really liked it. I'm really excited for all of these shows. And I hope that if anybody here is watching, or if you're watching a replay and you're near any of these places, you need to come. If you're even in Georgia, you can make it to Jacksonville tomorrow night. You can do it. It's easy. All right. And, if you've got to work the next day, I will write you a note. Okay.
He's the doctor.
You don't have to. Dr. Monkey Boy, PhD. Got a PhD, it's not an MD thing. It's not even a doctorate. Just, it's a doctorate. It's not like, not like a DO. Anyway, that's what we got going on this week. There will be no dude check-in formally tomorrow night. But if you want to check in with the dude, come to the fucking show. Just say
Do that.
That's what I would do. And if for some reason you cannot make it to any of these shows, make sure you go and see Chris with the Songaholics. It's important. It's really important that you get out and you support people, because without you guys out there supporting musicians, there's no reason for musicians to be musicians.
Then we're just singing into the ether.
Then I'm just some bald guy with tattoos who does why, I don't know. Oh, really?
Very nice.
Oh, gifted tickets to Nonpoint on Sunday. That's very cool.
That's quite the gift.
I'll tell you what, I'll gift you some tickets if you want to come to any of these shows, because I love you. No, you can't take off work for tomorrow's show. Well, I understand that. But like I said, you don't have to take it off. I'll call into work for you. I'll be like, hey, listen, I found this woman on the side of the road, and she was attacked by raccoons that all look like Gary Oldman from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Actually, it was just raccoons' buttholes she was attacked by. Maybe possums. I don't know.
What was worse, Gary Oldman makeup? His old self in Dracula, or the Mason Verger in Hannibal?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like his old. I mean, I think both the makeup jobs were pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, worse looking.
Worst looking, Mason Verger, easy.
Yeah.
But
so bad he went uncredited.
He did go uncredited, did he not?
Yeah.
He was good. He was damn good in that movie. I'll watch that one. Just saying, kids. But that's about it, I think, from us. Chris, do you have anything else to add? Is there anything?
I'm good.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't think I have anything else to say, except for I love all of you. Thank you for being here. Please let your friends know about this. If you watched tonight and had any fun whatsoever, let your friends know. Get them involved. We'd like to talk to them. We'd like you to talk to them. We'd like to, we want some back and forth. You know what I mean? It's really hard when we get one person on the wheel. You know what I mean? So, much love to every one of you, and good night and goodbye.
Bye.
Cover your eyes, save all your lies. You try to scratch. Chasing